Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Psychic Hunter David. Well, it's almost midday. It was a great evening last night with a friend and client of mine, and we went to see Frankenstein. And in Del Toro's famous way, it's extremely romanticized, but it's lovely. I mean, Mary Shelley. I mean, I had read the book a long, long time ago, but I know the whole link between her husband, whom she carried his heart, by the way, dissected in her purse wrapped in a letter of love, what gives, and Lord Byron. So the three of them were sort of this threesome that there was quite a lot of gossip about for a very long time. You can do your research about that. Of course, Lord Byron being absolutely gorgeous looking and quite tall for the time. Women and men as well were shocked when he'd walk into a room because he was so attractive. Fabulous poet, fabulous writer of his own merit. But there's a lot of synchronicity with this, and Del Toro started the movie, which I noticed right away, with a quote from Lord Byron, which I believe he actually did quote in her book. I can't remember. I'm going to look at an old copy. But go see it. Gore. I don't know. I studied butchering. I hated it, but I we had to when we were bakers. You had to learn it all. So you had to learn catering. You had to learn butchering. You needed to know certain things to be able to implement those with meat pies and what you were cooking and what you're doing with baking. People think, oh, you're baking. No, no, no. You have to learn all of those three to pull together, and then you can get into the confectioning and the chocolate making and all this other stuff, which were secondaries, which I did too. But anyway, on a happy note, we're moving into the weekend. A lot of people see this as wow. I always see it as work because I usually become busy, and it's any day. It's not every day. The energy we're moving into right now, obviously, is now we're going to move to the new moon in Scorpio. So this is the next destination. I'm like looking at the end of April as the next destination because this is not my favorite weather. But you have to stay day and day because you don't want to give up great times like I had last evening and the weather wasn't that groovy, but it was okay. You can bundle up, you can wear whatever, the big wool sweaters, you can do whatever you need to do. Keep yourself warm. Um, the energy with the new moon in Scorpio, especially with so many things that we're going over. Remember, again, going backward does not necessarily mean it's negative. Going backward can mean I have the ability to correct and restore things in my experience that are not working. Things will come up again between now and the end of February. And by the way, I'm going to correct something. It is actually Neptune that at the end of January goes direct into Aries before Saturn does. Saturn starts to move direct at the end of November, but it will move in the middle of February, the end of January, sorry, is Neptune moving into Aries. And then in the middle third week of February is when Saturn moves as well into Aries. So all of these energies shift and change between now and then. So this is a very powerful time. You're going to feel as though things you need to restore are going to be restored. Things that you didn't want to have to deal with, you're going to have to deal with, especially if anybody is one of the signs that are really being implemented by this, which are, of course, Saturn, Capricorn, Scorpios, Pisces, especially. Aries, you're anticipating this transformation, which has to happen. I've said this to a lot of areas. I said you need to work on self. You need to do whatever you have to do to work on you to be able to go forth. Anyway, I've gone over a little bit today. It was important. I'm around. Give me a call if you want to consult, and we'll speak soon. Hope you have a wonderful day. Cheers.